Eritrea's coastline is a sun-scorched ribbon stretching over 1,000 kilometers along the Red Sea. The water is a brilliant blue, the land harsh and unforgiving, a place where desert meets sea in stark contrast. For hours you see only sand, rock, and shimmering heat, with the occasional acacia tree standing alone. This ancient landscape feels untouched by the modern world, demanding patience from those who wish to understand it. Along this vast expanse, small settlements cling to life, mere dots on a map. One such place is Tiyo, a small port town nestled in a shallow bay. Tiyo isn't found by accident. You have to seek it out. The town is a cluster of simple, sun-faded buildings, a relic from a slower era. The air smells of salt, dried fish, and mangrove wood from cooking fires. The journey to Tiyo is rough, the roads little more than tracks through the desert. Silence dominates, broken only by wind or seabirds. This isolation defines Tiyo, preserving its way of life, but also limiting its growth. Arriving here feels like reaching the edge of the world, where outside concerns fade away. Life moves to the rhythm of sun and tides, not clocks. Fishermen mend nets in the shade, children play in dusty streets. Community is born of shared hardship and mutual dependence. Tiyo has no grand monuments. Its significance lies in its quiet dignity. It's a reminder that even in the remotest corners, life endures and flourishes in humble ways. Here, simplicity is strength. Tiyo stands as a testament to resilience on Eritrea's forgotten coast. To understand Tiyo, you must first know the giants that overshadow it, Massawa and Assab. Massawa, with its deep harbor and Ottoman architecture, has been a strategic prize for centuries. It was the gateway to the Ethiopian highlands, a hub where goods from Africa, Arabia, and India converged. Even now, its war-scarred buildings echo a storied past. Assab, further south, is a modern port built for industry and logistics, not history. Its value lies in proximity to shipping lanes, making it a key regional hub. Massawa whispers of ancient traders. Assab speaks the language of modern commerce. These two ports are the engines of Eritrea's economy and the focus of national attention. Infrastructure and investment flow to them, leaving smaller towns in the shadows. When people think of Eritrea's coast, they think of these cities. This focus creates a hierarchy, Massawa and Assab at the center, everything else on the periphery. Smaller towns like Tiyo are often overlooked, their needs ignored. Resources are directed to the giants, leaving little for the rest. Tiyo shares the same sea, but lives in a quieter, poorer world. It is a place largely forgotten by the centers of power. Tiyo's history isn't found in official records, but in stories passed down by elders. For centuries, it was a seasonal camp for Afar and Saho pastoralists, people who came to fish, trade salt, and escape the interior's heat. The town grew organically around its sheltered bay, evolving as a settlement for fishermen and their families. Early structures were simple huts of driftwood and palm, later coral stone and mud. Tiyo was never a major trade center. Its commerce was local, self-sufficient. Fishermen traded their catch for grain and cloth from inland caravans. The Dhow, a traditional sailing vessel, was Tiyo's lifeblood, connecting it to other small villages along the coast. Trade here was personal, based on relationships and tradition. This history shapes Tiyo today. Fishing methods, boat designs, and daily rhythms have changed little. There's a sense of continuity, a living link to the past. Tiyo's significance isn't economic or strategic, but cultural. It preserves a traditional way of life, increasingly rare in the modern world. In Tiyo, the present is just another layer on a long, unbroken story. Life in Tiyo still revolves around the sea and its small, bustling harbor. Each morning, fishermen prepare their boats and nets before sunrise. The air is thick with the smell of diesel, but the spirit of the Dhow endures. These boats are the community's lifeline, supporting families and fueling the local economy. Fishermen possess deep knowledge of the sea, passed down through generations. Their catch is diverse: snapper, grouper, tuna, mackerel. The return of the fleet each afternoon is a daily ritual. Fish are sorted, sold fresh in the market, or preserved by salting and sun-drying. This process turns perishable catch into valuable, tradable goods. Commerce here is small-scale but vital, circulating money and goods within the community. It's a model of resilience, surviving and thriving with limited outside support. The rhythm of the Dhow sets the pace for all of Tiyo. Tiyo's obscurity is shaped by geography, history, and policy. Isolated by poor roads, it's hard to reach and expensive to supply. Unlike Massawa and Assab, Tiyo remains on the fringes of national infrastructure. Historically, it was never a priority. Investment and development focused on the major ports. Tiyo was seen as a backwater, useful only for local fishing. This legacy of neglect persists. The town lacks the infrastructure to compete. Post-independence, national reconstruction efforts bypassed Tiyo in favor of larger projects. As a result, Tiyo is a forgotten town, rarely mentioned in news or reports. Its people rely on their own resources, sustaining a way of life that offers little prospect for growth. Tiyo endures, but its future remains uncertain. Despite neglect, Tiyo holds potential for a brighter future. Modernizing the fishing industry, better engines, GPS, and gear could boost productivity and sustainability. Cold storage and processing facilities would transform the local economy, allowing fishermen to sell fresh fish at higher prices. A solar-powered ice plant could create jobs, especially for women, in processing and packaging. Improved roads would connect Tiyo to inland markets, strengthening traditional trade networks. Development here isn't about turning Tiyo into another Massawa, but building on its strengths. The goal is sustainable growth that preserves tradition and empowers the community. Small-scale, appropriate technologies can help Tiyo prosper on its own terms. The future whispers of gentle evolution, not radical change. Tiyo's best path forward is one that respects its history and culture. Tiyo's greatest asset is its pristine mangrove forests. These ecosystems are vital nurseries for fish and protect the coastline from erosion. The mangroves are guardians of Tiyo's fishery and future. Ecotourism offers a new path. Guided tours, snorkeling, and birdwatching could attract visitors seeking authentic experiences. Fishermen could become guides, families could offer homestays and local cuisine. This low-impact tourism keeps economic benefits within the community and incentivizes conservation. By valuing its natural assets, Tiyo can build a sustainable future. Ecotourism would bring income and jobs while preserving the environment. The promise of the mangroves is prosperity rooted in stewardship. In Eritrea's story, Tiyo is a footnote, small, overlooked, but essential. It represents the resilience of coastal communities who have endured for centuries. Tiyo is a living museum, a center of culture and community for the northern Danakil coast. For locals, it's a hub, a market, a meeting place, a link to the world. The future of Tiyo is a test. Can Eritrea support its remote communities? Sustainable fishing and ecotourism show a path forward, one that empowers locals and preserves culture. Helping Tiyo is about more than economics. It's about safeguarding heritage. Tiyo is the enduring heart of Eritrea's coast, a symbol of self-reliance and quiet strength. Its story reminds us that a nation's true spirit is found in its most resilient communities.